Well, Matthew, welcome to the chairlift here in Sochi. Not just any old chairlift, this one. This is actually the lift that the downhill racers will be taking, both the men's and the women's, because it's at the bottom of the downhill course. So this is the lift they'll be going on in the Olympics. Now, you're the first British tour operator to offer holidays to Russia, to Sochi. Obviously, it's ahead of the Olympics. But why are you doing it?
Well, when we heard that the Olympics were going to be held in a destination that no one had ever heard of, we were immediately intrigued by it, and over the intervening years we've been doing a bit of work and looking at the place, and we felt now's the right time to start featuring it because it's just incredible. You know, we've been here for a couple of days now, and seeing the level of investment, seeing the quality of the ski area, you know, we really think this is the next big country in the world to feature skiing as a destination, skiing as a sport.
And we've been skiing around together much of the morning. I've thoroughly enjoyed the snow here and the variety of the terrain. Well, what do you make of the resort? We're in Rosa Couture, which is one of the 3 resorts here. What do you make of it?
Well, I think the really important thing to talk about is to say this is not an Eastern European resort. You know, this is an entirely different beast. This is much more along the lines with some of the big European and North American resorts.
In what way?
You know, great runs for literally everybody. So good beginner stuff, some nice wide reds for intermediates, some good blacks, and also some great backcountry, some great off-piste. And actually, we've got some really fantastic skiers on this trip, and they've been really impressed by some of the runs they've been doing.
And as I mentioned earlier, obviously the Olympics being held here, we're actually just going over the ladies' downhill course here. We can see the netting in the background there, and they're preparing a bit of snow as well because there's a World Cup race taking place in a few weeks time here. Do you think there will be a big Olympic legacy here? Obviously the resort's hoping it will.
Well, the way the resort is being set up is not only to create a great ski area, it's also to create a great resort experience as well. They're certainly doing everything that we've seen, everything that they've been talking to us about is very much not only about the Olympics but also about afterwards. And there's going to be a massive, great big development here, you know, with some terrific skiing, with some terrific après-ski activities as well.
Most of it's come from scratch.
That's right. Well, there was a great mountain here for skiing before, so that hasn't been created. You know, that's been here for a long time. But what they've done is they've put in place the right infrastructure using partners such as Compagnie des Alpes, who are running the lift system, who run some of the big ski resorts in France, you know, and other European and North American suppliers to get the place up and running properly.
And have you had much interest from British clients so far? I know this is the first winter.
This is the first winter. There's certainly been a lot of people quite intrigued by it. We're expecting this winter to be quite quiet on the bookings front. However, for next year and particularly the year after, we're expecting it to really start growing because I think a lot of people will be intrigued as we are by the prospect of coming to Russia, coming to an Olympic resort which offers such fantastic facilities.
And the biggest problem, though, obviously for a British point of view, is a visa. It's not cheap, over £100, and it's a hell of a hassle to get. And of course, there's no direct flight here, so a bit of a pain to get here.
Yeah, at the moment it is. You know, clearly the flying is not yet fully sorted out. The journey's still shorter than going to North America. There's a 4-hour time difference, so there's less jet lag. The visa is about £100, so that adds a bit into the cost. But you know, we're not expecting this to appeal to everybody. We're expecting it to people who've been to France, who've been to Austria, who've done some of the big resorts and think, right, this is the next big place to go. This is something new that's on the map. And I think we'd really highly recommend people who know the big resorts of Europe and North America already to come and try this.
We're just about to come to the top, a minute and a half or so to go. Another subject. I'm going to. How's the season going and all for you?
Yeah, it's going okay actually. We had a slow start. There were a couple of issues. We had again a bad Christmas New Year dates wise. You know, Christmas Day on a weekend. The legacy of last year's bad snow has affected early bookings, but you know it's just been incredible now with the snow conditions that we've got at the moment. You know, we're into January. People are having some of the best snow conditions for 20 years.
Except those that have got stuck in resorts. A lot of getting stuck in resorts because of all the snow coming down.
You can't have all the snow without a little bit of travel disruption here and there.
It always seems to happen on a Friday and a Saturday, which
I'm
sure you've noticed.
We like the big snowfalls from a Monday to Thursday night, but we can't always organise that. But having said that, the state of European snow conditions at the moment is phenomenal, and we're seeing a very, very strong second half of the winter with bookings way ahead of where they were last year. So early bookings were worse than last year, and later bookings are better than last year.
It's the well, the top man in Crystal, I suppose, is one way to describe you. You can probably go to any resort you want to. Where's your favourite? Apart from here.
Well, to be honest, my favourite is always the last place I've been to, because you know, I visit lots of. I'm lucky to visit lots of places. I went to a place called Silvretta in Austria over New Year. With
yes, I know. I was there. So we were there from PlanetSKI earlier on this season.
Oh, that's
nice
right.
place.
That's right. Yeah, it was a fabulous resort. You know, really varied skiing, and somewhere that doesn't it hasn't traditionally had a lot of British visitors, so still got a very Austrian, very authentic atmosphere to the place.
And where'd you go with your family?
I went there.
That was with the family.
That was with the family last year. I normally try to do 1 year in France, 1 year in Austria, 1 year in Italy, and this year is Austria's turn.
Right. Well, we're just about coming up to the end now. The ladies downhill course is still over there. That's just the side of it there.
Should we have a
Just
go
the
at
big
that?
section. Well, sadly it's closed off, so we're not allowed to. Otherwise, of course, I'd love to. But anyway, Matt, well, thanks very much indeed. As I said, I've thoroughly enjoyed the resort here, and best of luck, and let's hope a lot of British people do come.